Hey guys, this is part 3 of my Sanderson Talks video. This is going to be Way of Kings part 3. There are already 2 parts before this, so go ahead and click either and catch up if you haven't yet. I just popped my knuckle. I'm clenching my fist so hard. Okay, wow. First of all, sorry this is getting to you so late. I lost my memory card, which is something you kind of need to film, and that wasn't fun. I found it in my cat's little play box thing. It's bent in half now. Thanks, Waffles. But it still works, so we're good. But we have a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh. 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 Okay, first of all, I don't even know where to start. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But Sidious betraying Dalinar at the battlefield, I was freaking out. For those of you who have read Mistborn, it was likened to the second book with the final battle. I was just like, oh, why did I ever trust this dude? For like a brief second, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give Sidious a chance because Dalinar was told to trust him, so I'm gonna trust him because maybe he's a trustworthy guy. Look, he just stood up for Dalinar in front of the king and said that there's no way Dalinar did it. He didn't cut the strap, no way. And I was like, oh, Sidious, you kindly old soul. Sidious is a snake. I was right the first time. Should have trusted my reader's instinct. It's a strong thing. But we'll get back to that in a second. First of all, so happy. A lot of people survived Bridge 4, survived this book. We'll see what happens in Words of Radiance. But so far, yay! I was expecting much less survival. So, pretty happy right now. Oof, what else? Oh my gosh. So I was freaking out when it was revealed that Shallan was soul casting as well as Yasna. The soul caster is a fake. Kinda guessed that, but I'll give that to you, Sanderson. Did anybody else feel that coming? No? Nah, we'll quit. Doesn't matter. Kaladin being a bamf, deflecting arrows as his Bridge 4 is running into battle. Like, just that entire battle scene at the end there when Sidious betrays Dalinar was just the most immensely satisfying battle in the whole book. Like, all the battles are really, really cool. One of my favorites is in the beginning when they're hunting Dalinar and Adolin. But this one took the cake. Like, it was so satisfying. In the beginning, it feels like all hope is lost, and then suddenly here comes Bridge 4, and I'm like, yes, I knew it. I knew Kaladin and Dalinar would come together and join forces for the greater good, and I was just waiting for it, and when it happened, it was just a burst of light and love and happiness for me. Because, yay. Because, like Jordan prophesied, Dalinar is now probably my favorite character. Like, Kaladin and Dalinar are like, Dalinar might be above him by, I would say, this much, maybe. And it's only because I respect Dalinar so much. Like, I respect Kaladin too, but holy crap, Dalinar gave away his shard plate, or is it a shard plate? Jordan! Did Dalinar give away a shard blade or a shard plate? Shard blade. Shard blade. He gave away a shard blade for Bridge 4. Wow. And I was seriously, I love the quote when, I don't have the book on me, but he says something like, you know, a shard blade is priceless. And he's like, well, what do you think the worth of a man is? And Kaladin's like, well, also priceless. And he goes, well, then the way I see it, I got a deal. You know, I gave him away one priceless item and I received a ton of priceless items. Dalinar is a good man, and I'm very excited about this. I find that sometimes literature gets way too caught up. Like, they'll create this weird middle character where they're like, look, see, there's no such thing as a good person because we're all wrestling with these demons that make us secretly bad people, which I think is total BS. But, you know, not to discredit characters like that, you know, because that's really good character writing and everything, but I do believe there are good people in this world, people like Dalinar, so why not write about good people like Dalinar? And Dalinar is amazing. I seriously have so much respect for him now and for how much conviction he has and just how well he's done considering what he's been through. Just with the class, he blows off Sidious and just Sidious almost got him killed. He almost got his entire army killed. And Dalinar's just like, not worth my time. I'm gonna give you this sharp blade. If you can keep it, I'm better without it. And I'm gonna take your bridge 4. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Dalinar. Love ya. Adeline, on the other hand, is still making me kind of mad. It seems like he's pretty salty about Kaladin pushing him around. He should get over it. I have a feeling that's going to be an issue in Words of Radiance, just because Adeline is so prideful. Well, especially compared to Dalinar, who, is just got a heart of gold, I swear. He's like Santa Claus. But I just feel like it's going to be annoying, because Kaladin is also a very good person, and what he did, he had to do to save Dalinar, and you would think Adeline would be more grateful for that, but he's Adeline, of course, so no. Oh, and Dalinar and Navani are getting it on, and they are now together. I love Dalinar, but I don't really care. I know that sounds bad, but I'm really not interested in the romantic part of the story yet. And I think it's just because this particular book, it didn't really introduce it as a major plot line, so it kind of just feels on the side, and I'm just like, get together, don't get together, I don't really care. But maybe that will change in the next couple books. I'm still not sure if Kaladin's gonna have a love interest, or Shallan will have another love interest, or whatever. I have no idea. None. And frankly, I don't really care at this point. I probably will. If Sanderson introduces somebody in the second book and they're a good, strong character, then I'll care more. But Navani was kind of introduced much later, and she's off to the side. So that being said, though, I do really like Navani, and I'm interested to see more of her, and I'd like to care about her more. At this point, frankly, I'm more interested in Yasna, just as a person. She's interesting. Her moral code is it's all over the place. So I'd like to know, more about her and how she came to be that way. I'm digging the fact that Shallan and, I almost said Navani, Shallan and Yasna are now working together. Yes. 2 strong female ladies doing the character thing, getting stuff done, love it. And holy crap, the Parshendi are the Voidbringers. That is a twist I didn't see coming. Yasna with the soul casting, yeah. Sadeas betraying Dalinar, I kind of trusted him, kind of didn't, so it was as surprised as I was, at the same time I was like, oh, should have known, should have trusted my reader's gut. But yeah, that was shocking. I was genuinely surprised about the Voidbringer thing, and what's gonna happen with the Parshmen now. They're flipping everywhere. It's gonna be like iRobot. There's gonna be a big old revolution, and they're gonna kill everybody. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm way pumped about the research that Yasna and Shallan do. Apparently the next book is Shallan's book. Well, not her book, but it's going to be highlighting her a little bit more like it did with Kaladin in this book. So pretty pumped. I really like Shallan, so I'm excited to see more of her. Basically, amazing, and I'm pumped. One thing I really, really wanted to talk about with you guys is the character Wit, okay? Now, for some of you, this may be your first Sanderson book. That's cool. I'm about to describe everything that is cool about Wit. So, Wit mentions something called the cosmere at one point. I actually highlighted this quote because it was so dang cool. The cosmere. This is very important in Sanderson's books. In fact, I am going to bring in my husband, Jordan Sharples, to talk about it because he loves the cosmere theories and he loves to talk about it, and I love Jordan, so yeah, let's bring him in. Jordan! What? The people! They need you! Ow. Yes? Oh, while we wait for him, you guys want to see what I made him for his birthday? I don't know if that's far away enough. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Bridge 4. Oh yeah.
I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you all here. I know I am, so won't you tell us?
Yeah. I already kind of gave them a prelude about Wit and how he's cool, and
Wit is cool.
I let them know that even if they haven't read other Sanderson books, it's totally fine.
Totally fine.
Because you're an expert on the cosmere.
I wouldn't quite say that. maybe an aspiring expert,
Well, it's good enough.
novice who can pretend to be an expert, perhaps even.
Well, it seems like the only expert we know of might be Brandon Sanderson. And
Yeah.
He's probably asleep.
I've got him on
this time of
speed
night,
dial, but it's just, he's got some things with the wife going, I don't know. It's hard right now. So, the cosmere is actually a very, very cool thing that Brandon Sanderson does with many of his books. Not all of them are cosmere related, but basically what he's said, and he's come out publicly and said that there are connected universes within his books. So things like the Mistborn universe, the Stormlight Archive universe, the Warbreaker universe, the Elantris universe are all connected at a higher level called the cosmere. And it's really, really cool. They share similar magic systems, they share similar just feels to them, I think, is the biggest thing. And one of the really cool things that he does is he uses the same characters and has them cross through the universes to different universes within the cosmere. And so he calls these the cosmere-aware characters. One of them is actually Wit from the Stormlight Archives.
So you said that Wit was also in the Mistborn series when we talked earlier about this. When is he in the Mistborn series?
So Wit, when he appears in other non-Stormlight Archive universes, he usually appears as hooded figures or beggars or some small part that... Or both. Hooded beggars. Beggars can afford hoods. And so usually he'll appear in a small but somewhat significant role. I believe in the Mistborn universe, he's in the third book as a believer in the Church of the Survivor, and doesn't play a very significant role, but he is there. It has been confirmed. And so if you do continue reading Sanderson's novels, definitely look for nameless characters, but that are wearing hoods or beggars or, servants of some sort, and that's usually going to be Wit or Hoed as we come to know him later.
So the cosmere isn't a universe. There are universes within the cosmere.
16 to be precise.
Do we know what 16? Or are some of them still books to be?
Yeah, they're yet to be written, but the ones that we do know, Warbreaker, Stormlight Archives, Mistborn, Elantris, there are a few others. There's one that he wrote that's only available in the BYU library where he went to school.
But there's 16.
Yeah, there's 16 total. They're called the 16 Shards. And actually his website is called the 17th Shard. Huh. And there's actually a wiki on there, so if you want to look up characters or whatever, you go to 17shard.com and you'll find everything you need.
And the reason why this is so significant is because a lot of authors will not take this step. It is very difficult to do because then you have issues with continuity. So not only is it brave, it's unique. So that's pretty freaking cool.
Brave yeek.
Brave. I hate you. We've already discussed part 3 and everything, so it's pretty crazy.
Amazing
I'm about to
book.
Embark in Words of Radiance, which
even better. It's the story, the flashbacks are from Shallon's perspective, which I didn't think I would like, ended up liking a whole lot, and you guys are gonna love it.
So, let's get started on Words of Radiance. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna get started with Sanderson Talks Words of Radiance, but
you're gonna be doing Percy Jackson!
I will tell you more about that on my Twitter, which I will put a link below. So, yeah.
Boom.
This is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. Get your hands on Words of Radiance. Start reading. First 300 pages, just like last time. I will let you know on my Twitter page when I will start my Sanderson Talks Words of Radiance.
You will not regret it.
No, you will not. We love you. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.